everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 strong female characters in biblical fiction. So I don't know about you guys, but I read a lot and I'm always on the lookout for new, strong female characters in books. We need more of them. I'm always looking for new recommendations, and these are some of my favorites and my top 5. That I think are great representations of strong female characters in biblical fiction. If you guys like this video, then be sure to leave a comment to let me know if you guys would like me to see me do this for other genres, maybe my 5 strongest female characters in historical or my 5 strongest female characters in contemporary. The list could go on and on, but I think that this is a good starting point since most of you guys are here for the biblical fiction recommendations. So let's begin. Honestly, if any of you guys are surprised that I'm mentioning this book first, maybe you should consider unsubscribing. The first book that I'm going to be sharing with you guys is Land of Silence by Tessa Afshar. Again, I'm sure this is no surprise to most of you. I talk about this book pretty much nonstop since I read it towards the end of last year. I am always recommending it to people, and I'm always telling people that they need to go pick up a copy because this book is kind of insane. And I have to say, this character isn't necessarily a strong character because she takes a lot of initiative. In fact, she's very wounded, she's very shy, there's a lot of stuff in her life that goes wrong. But I think she's a strong female character because she went through a lot and she made it out alive. So I would say that's a really great example of a strong female character, at least for me and in my opinion, because to have that kind of faith in God and then also to just be able to go through everything that this character went through and then to, continue to have faith in God afterwards just says a lot about her own walk and her beliefs and just turning to God in our times of needs. So Eliana from Land of Silence is definitely one of my favorites. Another example of a strong female character in biblical fiction is Jerusalem's Queen by Angela Hunt. Obviously, this is about Jerusalem's Queen. If you don't know anything about this book, then let me tell you, it is book 3 in the Silent Years series, which is a series by Angela Hunt that explores the time period between the last book of the Old Testament and the first book of the New Testament. So all that time in between when God was silent to his people before Jesus came, that's kind of what this series covers. But this one specifically covers the story of Salome Alexandra, I think that's how you say her name, who became basically queen of Jerusalem, and how she just kind of was a very strong leader and had to find power. And I mean, look at that cover. Does that not just scream power to you? I listened to the audiobook version actually, and it was really, really good. So if you like audiobooks, consider checking this one out. I got it on Audible, but I'm pretty sure it's available other places as well. So make sure you look that up if audiobooks are the thing you're into. But she also just goes through a lot of difficult stuff, and the back cover even says, I'll just read a little bit of the blurb here. Though Salome Alexandra spends much of her life, as a pawn ordered about by powerful men, she learns that a woman committed to Hashem can change the world. So definitely, if that doesn't scream strong female character in biblical fiction, I don't know what does. Again, this is Jerusalem's Queen by Angela Hunt, book 3 in the Silent Year series. And honestly, the whole series is pretty good, so you should check it out too. The next one that I'm going to mention is actually a recent read for me. I just started this series and I haven't finished it yet, but I actually met and connected with this author through my book club, which is the Biblical Fiction Buffs. If you don't know, I have my own book club that I host and kind of lead and coordinate. And if you're interested in that, you should definitely check out the description box below. I will be leaving a link to join the book club. It's a Goodreads book club. It's online, it's quarterly, and it's really fun, and I'm really enjoying it. But this is an author that I kind of connected with through that club, and that is Jennifer Jennings, who wrote Midwives of Moses. And basically, if you don't know what this story is, it's the story of Shiphrah and Puah, who were the midwives during the time when Pharaoh commanded midwives to slaughter all the Hebrew babies, and they ended up coming with this plan to kind of save as many as possible, and save all the Hebrew baby boys as possible. So this book is specifically told, for the most part, from Puah's point of view. It's third person, but it's centered around Puah. And I just think, come on, that's a lot of fear to go through, to be put in that position where literally the leader of your country has ordered you to kill children and you don't believe in that. So what are you going to do? This book is really amazing. So if you are interested in and into supporting indie authors, supporting independent authors, you should definitely check this series out, because I don't think we have enough support for self-published biblical fiction authors in this community yet, but we're getting there. And I really enjoyed this book. But yeah, she just, again, is one of those characters who goes through a lot and learns from it and is kind of a leader and in her community and in the story. And it's very inspiring, and I really did enjoy this book. So if you haven't read it, then I highly recommend that you check it out, because I feel like we need to talk about this author more. So yeah. The fourth book that I'm going to be mentioning for strong female characters in biblical fiction is really amazing. And if you guys haven't read this, then like, I'm sorry, but stop this video and go pick it up now. And that is Miriam by Misu Andrews. Obviously, this book is about Miriam from the Exodus, Moses' sister, and just her role as, you know, Moses' sister. This book is so good, and it also has an older female character in it. Obviously, you know, historically Miriam was not as young as she is portrayed to be in the DreamWorks animated motion picture film, but I think that's really cool to have like a mature female character as well as a strong female character, and it just deals with, in the book, her role as, you know, a leader and how she kind of leads the people alongside her brothers, you know, how she communicates with God and her faith. And it's just very impressive. This was a huge inspiration to me when I was in high school and college, and there are a lot of people that also think it's really inspiring as well in terms of their faith and just how you can live it out. So I definitely highly recommend Miriam by Misu Andrews. Go pick it up today. If you haven't, what have you been doing with your life? Now, the last book that I'm going to be sharing with you guys in terms of strong female characters is kind of an unconventional twist, because I don't know if she's particularly strong as a character. She does make a lot of mistakes in the story, and the story very much is a prodigal daughter tale, if you will, as opposed to prodigal son. So she definitely makes a lot of mistakes, but this character is strong because she is strong-willed. She's got a lot of spunk in her. She sticks to her gut. She does what she wants. She doesn't really let anyone tell her what to do. She's kind of stubborn to a fault at times, but I just really enjoyed that aspect of her character. And again, it is a prodigal daughter tale, so it does have a redemptive arc as well, and it's just very a story of, I think, humility and humbling yourself as well as being strong at the same time. And I really enjoyed it. And that book would be Until the Mountains Fall by Connie Lynn Cassette. This is book 3 in the Cities of Refuge series. So if you haven't read that whole series, you should definitely go and read it now. In fact, we are reading it in my biblical fiction book club. We are reading A Light on the Hill, which is book 1. For the months of September, October, and November in the quarterly book club. So if it's, you know, your thing and you want to join in the book club and join in on the discussion of this book series, definitely go and check out the Goodreads group. Again, the link to my book club to join is in the description box below. But yeah, all the characters in Connie Lynn Cassette's books are amazing and strong. And honestly, I could probably go on and on about many characters from all of these authors that I think are strong female characters. So this is just, again, only a few that I'm naming, and just only a few that came to mind at the time that I started filming this video in terms of strong female characters. But really, you guys, there's so many out there in biblical fiction. So if you have a favorite strong female character in biblical fiction, then please tell me about it in the comments below. And also don't forget to tell me if you like this video and want to see more content like this. If you do, be sure to give that button a little thumbs up, and also go ahead and click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. My name is Jenna Van Mourik. I'm an inspired writer and an inspirational fiction reader who reads, writes, and lives for Jesus. I post all the time book reviews, writing updates, bookish things, and writing advice to all of my social media platforms, which I'm putting over here. I talk pretty much nonstop about biblical fiction and all that kind of stuff. So if you're into that, then go ahead and, you know, subscribe to all of those so you get all the updates, join my book club, do all the things. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, my name is Jenna Van Mourik, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!